Hello everyone, and welcome to today's School Enterprise Challenge drop-in session. Feel free to say hello and introduce yourselves in the chat. My name is Katie, and some of you already know me. I'm in charge of marketing and communications here for the School Enterprise Challenge. It's great to see so many people joining us today. So please introduce yourselves in the chat. We have Jacqueline joining us. Hi, Jacqueline. Aversala joining us. Ishvideep joining us. Welcome, everyone. Not sure I can hear at the moment. Could you try saying something, Oyane, to see if I can hear?
Hi.
So Oyane is my co-host today, and I just wanted to make sure that I can hear you all. So my name is Katie, and I'm in charge of marketing and communications here at the School Enterprise Challenge. So without further ado, shall we get started with questions? You know, I'm going to be here for a whole hour. This is your opportunity to ask me any questions you have. So would anyone like to kickstart the session with some questions? Would anyone like to start the session with a question? Get this drop-in session started? Please introduce yourselves in the chat if you haven't already. Welcome, everyone. Thank you, Jacqueline, joining us from Liberia. It's really nice to have you here today. Do you have any questions that you'd like to start the session off with, Jacqueline, or anyone else here? This is a safe space for you to ask anything you'd like about the School Enterprise Challenge.
Good morning, Kathy.
Hi, good morning.
Okay, I'm Jacqueline, joining for the Royal Choice Institute from Liberia. Last year we were supposed to join the competition, but then we couldn't get our documentation from the government on time. And we want to be a part this year, and we want you to please drill us through on how to develop a business plan, a business idea.
Okay, so have you registered on our platform?
I registered last year. I'm not too sure whether my registration is still active.
Okay.
But after the section today, I'll see if we can reactivate.
Yeah, of course. I can message you privately after the session and check if your account is still active. I'm sure it is. But I can show you the process that you'll need to go through to come up with your business idea. So let me just share my screen. Hang on. Share screen. Okay, so can you see my screen okay? We're going to log in as a teacher. So this is what you would see when you log into the online platform. Okay, so we'll land on the school dashboard, and here are all of the different teams that you'll have. You might just have one team, and that's absolutely fine. You can create as many teams as you like for different business ideas. So let's click on, let's do team 6. So this is completed 0 out of 14 lessons. So there are 14 lessons in total. Let's have a look. Okay, so step 1 is business idea. It's all about coming up with ideas for possible businesses that would work in your community. You know your community, your school, people that live in your town, your city the best. So we really want to hear, you know, your insight into what would work effectively in your community. So let's have a look at this business idea. So there's 4 lessons in Business Idea, and if you follow them chronologically, they will result in you submitting your business idea document, which is step 1. So let's have a look at lesson 1, getting started. This is, the place to start. Start with lesson 1. It's really simple and easy to do with your students. Let's have a look. So it has instructions on how to teach this lesson. It's really self-explanatory. If you go through it, familiarize yourself with the content before you start teaching it with your students. And it has a summary of how to go through the lessons, as well as learning objectives, more information on what the School Enterprise Challenge actually is, and then you have resources for this lesson. So in each lesson, we have a mini guide, which basically tells you everything you need to know about this lesson in one or 2 page PDF document. So it's really helpful to download all of these mini guides. And also in lesson 1, which is really exciting, there's the dreams poster. And this is an introductory activity that students absolutely love because it gets them excited about the future, thinking about the dreams and how our program will help them to achieve those dreams. So then we have some inspiration from our friends from around the world, a quiz for teachers to check, your understanding of the lesson. And then we move on to the exercises. So the first one, really simple, to help you understand our school business better, we will briefly describe our school. So, our markers, although Business Idea doesn't get marked, but the people that read these submissions, they don't know anything about your school. So we really want to know, the area, the environment, what your community is like. Are there any interesting features? For example, is it a big tourist hotspot? So then you write this answer in here and save it, move on to the next one, which is your dreams poster. So we want to see your students holding their dreams posters. You can print them out and take a picture of them holding them up proudly, or you can send us a digital copy filled in digitally. It's up to you. And then you'd mark this lesson as complete, and that's lesson 1 done. So that's, a quarter of your business idea document already completed. And then, the next day you might move on to lesson 2, which is, let's have a look. Lesson 2 is all about, resource assessment and brainstorming. So this is when your students will think about the resources in their community and come up with different ideas, and then they have to democratically select which idea they think will be the best and most profitable. So yeah, that's how you get started. You log into the platform. Like I said, Jacqueline, I'll speak to you after the session and check that you're registered, and then you can start with lesson 1. I encourage you to do the dreams poster as soon as possible. Students love this this activity. And then once you've done lesson 1, you can move on to lesson 2. We have the mini guide, and then we have a resource assessment worksheet. So for most of the lessons, we have an accompanying worksheet to help you. Some more inspiration, and then you complete these exercises. See, this is optional, but this one here is required. You complete the exercises, and then the answers you put in these questions are automatically put into your business idea document. So you don't need to worry about completing the lessons and filling out a separate business idea document. It's automatically done for you. So that's really, really great. Then you can write your different ideas that you've had, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 here. And then you mark the lesson as complete, but you can still edit it, not a problem. But it's great to see your progress when you mark a lesson as complete. So I hope that helps you, Jacqueline.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. I see we have some new people joining us, so welcome to this drop-in session. I'm Katie from the School Enterprise Challenge, and I'm ready to take another question. Would anyone like to ask me anything? Don't be shy, feel free to ask me anything. I'm here to help you. If you have any challenges you've faced or anything you'd like answering for the next hour, I'll be here to take your questions.
Hi.
Hello, is that Ruchi?
Hi, yeah, this is Ruchi Ahuja. I just took over this. We have been, I guess, we have been a part of your program for past 2-3 years.
Mhm.
We already have that silver, bronze, and silver one. I took over this year only from the teacher. She has left, who was looking after the program earlier. So, what do we need to do for that gold thing?
Yeah, no, that is a really fantastic question. So I'll just explain briefly because our levels have changed. They changed in 2022. And before it was that you applied for a level. So you might apply for bronze, then silver, then gold, and you'd complete your activities accordingly. But this year and last year, you don't apply for a level. You simply take part in one version of the program. And then our external judges, they'll mark your documents, your business idea, your annual report, and they'll grade you accordingly, whether they think it's a bronze, silver, or gold level document. So let me just pull up a document on our website. Bear with me. Right, I'm going to share my screen. You know, this is a question we get asked all the time. How can I get gold with my students? So you can see my screen now. Okay, so this is on our website, and it's under the achievement criteria section. So if you go to resources, and then it's the third option down here. So this first resource, you can view an explanation of how the award levels work along with top tips for success here. So let's have a look at this document. Right, so this explains that, you know, we had a different system before, but now there are 3 levels to aim for: bronze, silver, or gold. So we really want to challenge your students to aim for as high as possible, and, you know, level up to the next level. If they got silver last year, then we'd encourage them to strive for gold this year. So this is how it works, how it's assessed. Here is the I'll show you the achievement criteria in a minute. And there's just like a general explanation, like if all your answers are bronze level, then you'll get a bronze level certificate, etc. And here's how the system is different to previous years. Okay, and now here are some top tips. So I just want to make it really clear that your business idea is not marked. This is, you know, for your development. We want to see your business ideas, but they're not assessed on they don't depend, your level doesn't depend on the business idea quality of submission of that document. So this business plan is where it gets really, you know, interesting, and this is where it is marked for the first time. So I encourage you to take some time to go through this document and read top tips and things to avoid. So, for example, we really want your students to go out into the real world and not just have theoretical training. We want them to meet customers, and we want to see this through your photo journal. So, you know, we really want your students to analyze and develop essential skills outside of the classroom. So that's one way you can ensure, you know, a higher level business plan. And then here are some top tips, things to avoid. So not doing enough research into the cost of materials, for example, or making claims without substantiating them. So we will be better than our competitors in both quality and price, but we really want you to analyze and tell us why exactly that is. So here are this document will provide you with top tips and things to avoid. And then if we go back to the website, okay, so this is the achievement criteria for business plans. If you click here, and this gives you, you know, a really clear breakdown of how you can achieve gold. So, for example, lesson 5, market research. You'll want to look at the description for the gold, which is 11 to 15 points. And really go through this information and ensure that, you know, have a checklist and tick off that your students have done everything possible to achieve gold. So, for example, they have conducted a structured and well thought out market research with 2 or more different market research techniques. So if you've, for example, only done one technique, then it automatically puts you in the bracket below into silver. So you need to really make sure to go through this document and yeah, create a checklist to make sure that you've got all of these things in your business plan. Some other things are they've explained clearly and in detail how they did this and how many people they spoke to. They're convincing about their methods. The sample size was right and fit for purpose. So, you know, we're asking for really specific things that we're looking for, or our markers are looking for in those business plans. And then for each section, we have another, you know, paragraph about how you can achieve gold. So yeah, I really encourage you to go through this document, and I can share it afterwards in the follow-up. But yeah, I really encourage you to look through this and highlight all of the gold standard answers and how you would achieve that. So that's for business plan. And then hang on, we have another achievement criteria for annual report, which is the final step of the program. So you might not be there yet, don't worry. And this is exactly the same. It gives a gold level answer and what exactly we're looking for. So this is what our markers will see, and they're looking for this stuff in your documents. It's really important to make sure that your documents marry up with what you're actually doing in real life, because, you know, we know that you're working really hard, that your students are developing key skills, but at the end of the day, our markers only see what's written in the documents. I hope that helps, and that will help your students to achieve gold this year.
Sure. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'll make sure to share those documents in the follow-up.
Thank you.
Would anyone else like to ask a question now? Any other questions?
Hello, good afternoon.
Oh, hi.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'm Archana.
Nice
I want
to
to
meet you.
know if the recording of this session is available.
Sorry, I think I couldn't hear you properly then. Do you mind repeating it, your question?
Hello, I am Archana from India. I want to know if the recording of this session is available after this meeting.
Yes, this session is being recorded, and I'll share it in the drop-in follow-up. So yeah, you don't need to worry about that. I'll share the recording with you afterwards.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Do we have any other questions? Feel free to ask me anything you'd like to know.
I'll ask another question, Katie, please.
Go for it. Yeah.
This is something regarding the mini competition. When I was going through the brochure, I could see that there are 3 steps. Like the last one was the submission of kind of like a comic strip. Am I right?
Yes, that's correct.
And what about the first 2? Because I guess the criteria is to opt for the third one. I need to just go through the first and the second steps also.
Yeah, so let me just get the guidance doc up on the screen. Bear with me. Share my screen. Okay. So these are, yeah, you're absolutely right. There are 3 criteria that we'd like you to do in order to take part in the mini competition. So the mini competition itself is the final step, which you can see here. Upload your team's 1-page comic strip to Padlet. So that is the actual, you know, description of the mini competition. That is the activity that we want your students to do. But in order to be eligible for the prize, which is an exclusive masterclass with an online masterclass with a business expert, you need to have completed steps 1 and 2, because, you know, we want to encourage these 2 activities go hand in hand. The comic strip is all about showing us your business idea. And if you haven't completed lessons 1 to 4 and submitted that document, then we feel like you're not getting the most out of this experience. And also you need to submit your business idea, complete lessons 1 to 4 to be eligible for a digital badge and also the certificate of participation. So, you know, you could upload a comic strip without doing steps 1 and 2, but you won't be eligible for, you know, the prizes and the great things we have on offer. So yeah, I strongly encourage you to do that.
क्या कहते हैं उसको? Activities उस तरह की.
Sorry, please can you repeat that? Did you have a question? No? I'm just going to show you an example, some examples that we've received of the comic strips recently. So, you know, as you can see, we've received some great ones. I highlighted this one in a newsletter recently. This is from the Little Angel School in Uganda, and they've created this lovely comic strip. We also have, you know, some from India, Ghana here. So yeah, as you can see, students are being really creative. They're flexing their creativity and, you know, thinking about new ideas. So yeah, I strongly encourage you guys to all participate in this mini competition, which closes next Tuesday. And you still have time if you've done lessons 1 to 4 and also your business idea. I think Yahaya, do you have a question? You have your hand raised. Hello, Yahaya. Maybe he's lost the connection. Hi, I can hear you.
Okay, you can hear me. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fine, alhamdulillah. How are your area?
Great. Yeah, how can I help you?
Yeah, I got more things to help me, but like what the program is going on, we got more things like this, but we don't have support. We very appreciate for this opportunity, and then how can we be part of more part of, because we get more things around them, and then they are not in the program. So how like to invite them to come in this program, and then how they want to be achieved, because they even English, they have not how to speak English because it's not our native language. Okay. So my question that I asked you about.
Yeah, so are you talking about other schools you want to encourage to take part, or are you talking about students?
Yeah, other schools come in the program, but they have no, they can't speak English language because it's not our native language. That I'm at.
Yeah, which country are you in, can I ask?
You say?
Pardon?
No, I'm not Sipadam, I'm in Nigeria.
Okay, great. So as you probably might know, we run our program in 2 languages, so English and Spanish. And unfortunately, if your school doesn't speak English, it would be quite hard for them to take part in the program. But if there is, I don't know, an English teacher at the school that would like to facilitate the conducting of the School Enterprise Challenge, then that's fine. But our markers can only receive documents that are written in English. Do you think that would be a challenge, or do you think you'd be able to get other teachers involved that speak English as well?
So one thing that I ask again is that, so how like to invite them, how like to encourage them? I just encourage them, but they have no, they can't speak English because it's not our native language. They are speak Hausa, you know, Kanuri, Plata. I will get it more in the areas, but they have in entrepreneurship. They know how to change things. They have know how to do some business, but they have no knowledge. Knowledge is our concerns.
Yeah.
But now we are 21st century. We are not degrees matter. We are skills matter. But we need to back to we need to send them back to school. But they are like to be to become back to school. But we don't have chance to involve them to come here or to go somewhere. So we need to have more than what you expect. There is more schools that you have. And then I would like to say something is I would like to gain more things to help them. So I think the program is going on.
Yeah, no,
All
I understand your challenges completely. As English is not their native language, I can imagine like it must be a big struggle participating in a program that's written in English. And I sympathise with you. But unfortunately, we can only receive documents in English. But if you work with, if you know other schools in your community that speak English, then you could become a School Enterprise Challenge ambassador. So their role is all about promoting the program to other schools in your community, in your country. You know, we want to reach as many young people as possible to help them achieve their dreams and become self-sufficient and set up their own businesses. So if this is something you're interested in, then I can share the Ambassador Toolkit with you, and you could join a community of School Enterprise Challenge ambassadors. You know, we have a WhatsApp group, and we're talking about things that, you know, teachers talking about things they've done to encourage new schools to sign up and register and get involved in the program. So if that sounds like a good opportunity for you, then I can definitely onboard you and help you to become an ambassador.
okay. Yeah, I should be your ambassador, but the issue is thing. Yeah, I want to be your ambassador.
Okay.
One, and then yeah.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
great.
So,
We can talk more privately about the challenges you face in your country, and if there are any ways to, you know, encourage more schools that aren't necessarily don't necessarily have a high level of English. But we can definitely discuss that another time, personally,
okay.
privately.
Yeah, yeah. If you're ready to help them, I'm ready to be part of the person who
Yeah.
go so many villages, areas, and say more things and help them and highlight them how to become entrepreneurial, participate to the worlds, like want to go more things about entrepreneurship and how to speak, how they are all speaking English language and so many things. But I'm ready to, but I'm not ready to do more things more than what you expect.
That is great to hear. Thank you so much for sharing that. Okay, do we have, I see we have quite a few new people joining us. Do we have more questions? Feel free to ask.
Did you hear me? Did you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm also African Humanitarian Ambassador, 2023 to 2063, 43 years ahead.
Wow.
I'm getting my, yeah. And I am social entrepreneur. You can check my full name online. Yes, Al Muhammad, to see more things about me. Yeah, I'm just participate more program, but your program is encourage me to come the far of this program. So I would like to say we very appreciate for these opportunities that you pause and discuss about. I will get more things in Nigeria, and we face more problems in Nigeria. And I would like to be, part of. And I know maybe you take me as you say ambassador. So I just thank you so much. Thank you so much for your effort. I'm Yobe State person from Yobe State, Nigeria.
Yeah.
So we get more villages, more local areas. So all they are minded to be schools participants, but the schools government have not taken action about. Just instead of NGOs and so many things, they are help people. They are giving them money. They are giving them materials. So even material that we provide is okay. We can manage to give the orphan schools, orphan children's, high schools for the what I can call is handicap, like deaf, and so many things. School for the deaf and so many other things. They are need for your help. There is more things that we can do, really.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing that. You know, it's really interesting to hear your insight, and we have a thriving community of teachers in Nigeria. So yeah, we're looking to increase this number of teachers and help as many young people in your country as possible. So it's great to have you on board, and I hope that we can, you know, help each other out and spread the word about the program together.
Okay, that is good. That is good. So No problem, no problem, no problem.
Mhm.
Let's start to submit my. Can I submit some schools, not one schools? Can I
Yes.
submit? Yeah, like
Yeah.
like somebody's school, somebody's school, somebody's school. Can I submit them?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
looking. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. We
So
can
that.
arrange a meeting to discuss the process, and I can support you in that.
Okay. So no problem. I'm looking forward to hear from you. I just
Mhm.
the link is on the WhatsApp platform.
Mhm.
I just follow the link and
Mhm.
going through fill it out and send them to you, inshallah, or in your database. You can see it. So you know my email is Salam Muhammad. You
Mhm.
get it?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So
My co-host is will write that down for me.
Yobe State Nigeria is very happy to see Yobe Nigerian is
Mhm.
more need have a part of education. So we welcome to you all for this schools enterprise challenge. I'm social entrepreneur also.
Mhm.
And then I get more things. I get more. Could you check my name in the Google Chrome or something? You will see. Just more things. And
Mhm.
then I'm ready to do more about this.
Great.
So that,
Yeah. Thank you.
yeah. So
Thank you so
thank you very
much.
much.
Yeah, we'll
Thank you.
be in touch with you via email.
Okay. No problem. No problem. Thank you so much. Thank you
You're
so much.
welcome.
Thank you for your time.
You're
You
welcome.
said, well done.
Shall
Yeah.
we move on and see if anyone else has any questions they'd like to ask?
Thank you.
Would anyone like to ask any questions? I'm here to help you. Don't be shy. Do we have any questions? There's a lot of teachers joining us today from all over the world. So
Hi, Katie. This is Sunaina
hi, nice
from
to meet
from Evergreen Public School,
you.
Delhi. I just wish to know what is the criteria of special prizes that you give away?
Mhm.
How do you select those special students, schools? Which one you win your special prizes?
Yeah, are you referring to the special category prizes? So, for example, inspirational teacher or head teacher?
No, I am asking about the students and also, of course,
Okay.
about the teachers also.
Mhm.
There were various prizes given to the best idea or the most
Right. Mhm.
inspirational ideas and all those things. So I
Yeah.
would like to know what is the criteria for the teachers, head teacher, and also for the schools.
Okay, let me just share the prize list. So we have lots of new prizes available for schools this year, and this is our updated prize list. So as you can see, we have over $20,000 worth of prizes available for schools, teachers, and students. So let's start with step 2 and step 3. These are really, really easy prizes for you and your students to get because we set out in the achievement criteria exactly what we're looking for. So my top tip would be to go through the achievement criteria, which I've already shown in this session. But in case you missed it, you can go to resources, click on achievement criteria, and I strongly encourage you to follow our guidance methodically, go through all of the sections. It will take you question by question. What is a bronze level, a silver level, and a gold level answer? So I strongly encourage you to do that, and then that will maximize your chances of winning the prize. As long as you stick to our guidance, you can't go wrong really. So let's have a look at the other prizes. So step 1, coming up with a business idea. There are 4 prizes available in this category, so you have like a good chance to win a prize. It's not just one prize available, we have lots of smaller prizes, and this is all about, we want to see your a business idea which is innovative, it's sustainable, it helps your community. You know, we really want to see creativity and innovation from your students. So we want this business idea to be, you know, think outside the box, or try to put a new spin on maybe a traditional idea. So for example, we receive lots of farming and agricultural business ideas, but we really want to see your students putting their own take on it and how they can make it even better than what has been done in the industry in the past. So that's, you know, a really good top tip to get the best business idea prize. And then we have the special category prizes, and these are really exciting. So I can go through row by row. We have, first of all, the Sustainable Development Goals Champions. So the UN sets out, I think it's about 15 to 20 sustainable development goals. And we really want your students to hit these goals. So one might be environmental issues, one might be how technology plays a role in our society. And we really want to see those businesses that play into those goals that are set out by the UN. So if you want, I can include that in the follow-up, the UN SDGs, so that you have them to refer to.
I'm sorry to this thing.
Yeah.
We did hit upon the SDG goal only. We did our project
Okay.
on SDG.
Okay.
We won the gold level also.
Yeah. Okay.
My only thing was that like I wanted to know mainly about the special prizes that you have, the Transforming Enterprise School Award, Enterprise Student Runner, Best Partnership Initiative. Like, these kind of prizes I was, because that motivates the teachers, that motivates the students. So I wanted to know more about that. I mean, the children have been working hard all over, those who are participating. So just wanted to have that, wanted to know where we are lacking in giving that edge, providing that guidance to the students so that they can achieve this part also.
Yeah, of course. Okay, so the teacher, student and principal awards are given at the end of the year. And if you were participating last year, you would have seen we had my experience and my experience kind of competition for these prizes.
Yes.
So, yeah, so we set out, you know, 5 questions, and we really wanted to gain an insight into how the School Enterprise Challenge works at your school. And then we have our internal criteria, which we use to mark these my experience forms. And, you know, it's very hard we have so many teachers and principals and students who are going for these prizes. It's really hard to narrow it down to just, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I think this year it would be a really good idea if we released the criteria maybe earlier on in the year. Do you think that would help to give your students something to work towards and not wait until the end of the year, perhaps?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I understand. I think that would be, you know, a really good idea, and we're always open to feedback. And I'll bring that up with the team so that we can kind of, you know, give you the opportunity to develop the things that we want to see earlier on in the year, rather than just waiting until the end of the year and kind of.
Yeah, same for the teachers in charge.
Yeah.
You know, she can start penning down her experience and from lesson 1 till the end.
Yeah.
That how she conceived with the help of children, the idea was conceived upon, and how they went on the journey. So if that can be done earlier on, a few competitions like these, if they can be told to us beforehand, I think they will be more beneficial.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it would be a huge motivator for, you know, students, teachers, and principals. So yeah, thank you. I appreciate the feedback, and I'll pass it on to the team so that we can discuss it and come up with some criteria which we can share with you before.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. Can I ask? Good
Yes.
evening. Good evening, Katie.
Hi.
This is Chitra. I'm also from Evergreen. I
Mhm,
just have I want to have a small clarification. My colleague had asked a few questions
mhm.
just now, Mrs. Sunaina. But I just want to ask, how do we upload the comic strip? Do we
Mhm.
have a special Padlet, or where do we upload the comic strip?
Yeah. Okay, good question. Let me share my screen again. Okay, so let's go to um, so yeah, you're absolutely right. We have our own Padlet wall, our own individual link for this this mini competition. So it's called Make a Comic Strip, and I can absolutely share the link with you in the follow-up after. Let me,
That will be helpful if you can just
yeah,
share
of
the link once
course.
again, no? So that
Of-
we'll be able to upload the comic strip.
yeah, of course. So did you say you're from Evergreen?
Yeah, I'm from Evergreen.
Okay, yeah, so I'll share the link with you after and you can upload it. It's really easy to do. You just click on the yellow arrow, plus sign in the corner here, and then it will take you to this, and you can upload a file or an image, however, whatever format
Oh, right.
your comic strip is in. And then we require a couple of days to just review all of the submissions and approve them, and then they'll appear on the Padlet wall. So don't worry if you haven't seen your comic strip straight away. We need to go through a formal process, and then it will appear.
Right. That's very kind of you. Thank you for all the clarification.
You're
But
welcome.
thank you. I also look forward to the link that you will be sending
Yes,
after the program.
yes, I will, definitely.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Do we have any other questions, maybe about the mini competition or anything we've spoken about today?
Can you tell us anything about the mini competitions which we have in store for us throughout the year? Or will you disclose them as the time progresses?
That is a good question. I'm not entirely sure if I can, so probably best to wait until closer to the time. But we have at least two brand new mini competitions. We've never done them before, and they're very creative and they'll get your students thinking outside of the box. But we'll share those, in due course as the deadlines approach.
No, my only concern was because like we have our exams in India, the exam timing sometimes
Yeah,
they clash. So
course.
at least if we know about it in the beginning, we can just plan at least our internal exams accordingly.
Yeah.
So that was my concern. But if you have your calendar and you have your schedule, we'll go by that.
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely talk to the team and see how much information we can release and whether we can give a broad idea of what they're about and the deadlines and the periods of time that we're going to run these mini competitions for. So yeah, I'll make sure.
That'll be wonderful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Do we have any more questions? Feel free to ask anything.
Hi, Kitty. This is Neha Dedia from India, Utpal Sangvi Global School.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Same here, my dear. I just had one query regarding the comic strip.
Yes.
Our school is, we had participated last year as well, and it was a booming success with the idea of upcycling what we had come up with. And on public demand and on a good first customers' feedback, we are planning to go ahead with the same idea this year as well. So my question is, do my comic strip does it have to start with the last year's thing only, or how do you go about it?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So are you asking whether you should talk about last year's experience or act as if this year is completely new business idea.
Absolutely, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
okay. I think, you know, to be honest, it's up to you. There's no right or wrong answer. You know, you could, in the comic strip, the first sort of picture could be, last year we participated in a school enterprise challenge and this is the idea that we came up with. You could do a little introduction, but you know, it's absolutely fine if you don't do that and you just, you know, kind of do it in the present tense as if you've done it this year.
Okay, so that's allowed, right?
Yeah, that's fine. You won't be penalized for anything.
Okay, no, I just wanted to get some feedback, and personally, I'll connect with you for the same to just understand where were the loopholes where we need to work on this year for the same.
Yeah, do you mean for the documents in general or the mini competition entries?
Sorry, come again?
So you said about the loopholes. Do you want to know more?
Yes.
You would like some more feedback on your...
Yes.
Yeah.
We wanted to know some feedback about where was it that we lacked, because it was a very, I mean, the students enjoyed and everybody was a little positive with the outcomes later on. So we just need to get a little feedback from your end so that the students can improvise this year.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I'm happy to give you some personalized feedback if you'd like. You could, I'll make sure to write your name down and we can get in touch with you and I can go through your documents and see, you know, where you fell down, how you could improve this year. I'd be really happy to do that with you.
Sure. Because we reached the goal level. So we just want to understand where is it that we can work more with the students to push them a little more so they stay motivated throughout the enterprise challenge.
Yeah, of course. I understand completely.
Yeah, it's a lovely initiative. Thank you so much. We are really happy to be a part of enterprise. Thanks.
You're welcome. Thank you for your question.
Thank you, Katie. I'll connect with you on personal chat. Thanks.
Do we have any other questions? I see there's some questions in the chat. So let me just have a look.
Hi, Katie. I'm Ritu Ranjan from Indraprastha World School.
Hi,
Though I have put up my request to remove one of the teachers, so will you be adding one option there to add an for the addition? So it is already there. So for removal also, he will be giving us the option so that I can add new teachers into it.
Yeah, of course, that is a really good point, and that is you know, a platform issue which sits with my colleague Christoph, so I can definitely raise the issue with him and we can, you know, talk about the possibility to delete teachers and add new ones, as of course it's changing all the time. So yeah, I'll make sure to make a note of that and speak to my team.
Yeah, thank you so much. And one more request, like 23rd May, I think that is the last day to submit this business idea this year. So can it be like, can you extend the date? Because, you know, during this, when our session starts, so many things are in the pipeline and we have to go about it. So if we can get a little bit more time to submit our business idea more effectively and efficiently.
Yeah, of course, I understand that your timeline might not work and the school calendar, etc. So if you could reach out to us privately and we can discuss the possibility of a deadline extension, you know, I'd be happy to help. But this is done on like a case-to-case basis. So it'd be great if we could have a conversation and see how long you need and what extra support you need. But yeah, I'm definitely happy to speak to you, you know, after this call at some point and we can come up with a plan together.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Do we have any other questions?
Yeah, this is Florence from St. John Senior Secondary School. Even we would like to have an extended time as requested, if you can do that. Since children are not there, if you can consider. This is the first time we are participating. Still, we are so enthusiastic, but we couldn't make it on time. If a slight extension of time is considered, kindly do that.
Yeah, of course, I understand the difficulties with the calendar and exams and, you know, stuff like that. So like I said to Ritu, if you could reach out to us privately and we can discuss, you know, how much extra time you need and what extra support you might need, but we will, you know, be happy to accommodate that. We just want we want to see as many business ideas as possible. So anything we can do to improve that process for you, we'll be happy to help.
Thank you. That's
You're welcome.
nice.
Do we have any other questions? We've got 10 minutes left, so this is your chance to ask any questions. Please take yourself off mute if you'd like to ask anything. I see there are some questions in the chat. So we have a question. We want to know about lesson 5 market research strategies. Can we use more than one strategy? So if you're referring to more than one more than one mode of market research, and yes, that's absolutely fine. That's what we want to see. You know, if you're carrying out surveys, if you're carrying out groups to ask questions about your product, that's absolutely fine. We want to see as many different strategies and ways of carrying out market research as possible. Yahaya, have you got your hand up?
Yeah, I got one question again. Is so far?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, my question is, what about schools recognitions? And then after the competition, we need to recognize our schools. We got so many schools. We want to allow them as we African Industrial Solution. We want to give the schools around Africa and so many things. We give them recognition, and we want to collaborate with you. You as schools enterprises challenge. We want to give them recognition, because some of us government have not give them recognition until they have money or don't have money. So we got so schools they are helping people but not recognition from government in the private sectors. So we want to get you and connect you as partner, and then I'll give them recognition. So how would I like to say that?
Yeah, I think you know, recognition for their ideas, their creativity is a great motivator, and we really want to, you know, encourage as many students and young people to take part. So it's definitely a very important thing, and we do offer certificates of participation for students, and bronze, silver and gold level certificates so they can aim for the next level, and we also offer digital badges now this year, so that is a great motivator and a way to recognize their hard work. But we can definitely discuss, like, if you're, you know, you're in Nigeria, you're on the ground, how ways that you could help us to recognize their achievements. We can talk about that privately.
Okay, understand. So no problem. After which we can meet together.
Yeah.
I think you in the WhatsApp group.
Sorry, say that again.
Yeah, what I say that, are you in the WhatsApp group, that Nigerian WhatsApp group?
Yes, there is a Nigerian WhatsApp group, and we can add you. I think.
Okay. Are you in the group? No problem. Let us say something. Yeah, and I give you I only show you a moment that you check and take a look to say something, inshallah. No problem. Thank you for your time. Thank you
You're
once
welcome.
again. All right.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Do we have any other questions now? Feel free to ask anything. I'm here to help. We have about just over 5 minutes left. Feel free to leave if you don't have any more questions. Would anyone like to ask anything? Don't be shy. Let me see if there are any questions in the chat. So Poonam has asked if it would be possible to extend their deadline. Yes, like I said, we can talk privately about that, and we can see how much time you think your students will require. But we're definitely open to, you know, discussing that possibility. Payal has said, hi Katie, would want to know our shortcomings on our business idea taken up last year to improve this year. Yes, of course. If you would like some personalized advice and recommendations, then feel free to get in touch with us privately on WhatsApp or info@, and I'll be happy to help and read through your documents and highlight some things I think you could improve on. Any other questions from anyone? Feel free to put a question in the chat if you don't want to. Oh, we have a raised hand. Yahaya?
Yes, I understand. I hear you. And then I think they have no something to say because they be silent. As you, as a teacher, help teacher, help children. As you know that you have to be silent now. It's not kind of teaching. As you teacher, you have to say something. You have to get so many things to say because as you teacher and you're looking for prize to help others, you have to say something. Facing your challenging. So how your school is, how can help your schools, what contribution are you bringing your area? So why you need this challenging? Why do you need you get this prize? What do you want to do? Do you have a good school? So you have to say, as you teacher, you have more things to say. I think Shooter say something, create organization in level 6. Our children wanna be in the rotational from. If we create and rotate afterward is okay. As everyone should be encounter with different responsibilities. No, so this is not Mrs. Shooter that I will say. We just need you come across us to say something, not by routine or something like. We just wait for your saying to understand who to get away. Understand?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, thank you very much for sharing that insight into, you know, how teachers are thinking.
Yeah. How do you say thinking come across? People say something. As you teacher, you don't have shame because you facing challenge any way, anytime, and then you facing so many faces, you facing so many children, so you have to come across person to say something. What is your mind? What do you want to achieve? What do you want to do? How you help your children? Not by routine, just come to say something. I'm not against them. I'm not against them. Sorry to say.
Yeah, of course. I've noticed that we have Pepukai. Is that right?
Yeah.
I think we spoke yesterday.
Okay. Yeah.
Pepukai.
African Industrial Solution.
Yeah.
Yeah. African Industrial Solution is my company. I'm the co-founder, CEO of African Industrial Solution. But we have the not only for schools, we have the software engineers, we have the companies, we have the low development country to give them opportunities to work in the country, and then you give so many allow them to do something like even let's share something here. So like your country get maybe like Nafep, you know, Nafep, when you use the petroleum is so high. Example that I give you, so I give them to solution that we create a thing to help you with no petroleum to run in your NFF and so many way to go with no any kind of filter, so that the development country have the chance to buy petroleum, and the rural and urban area we share them, we help them to do more things. But I saw like so many people around me in Nigeria have no sense, have no serious, because they want to be silent, they want to be shy. Somebody, I don't know how to say something like.
Yeah, I understand your predicament, absolutely, and I really hope that the School Enterprise Challenge can help you and young people in your community, and I'd be happy just to discuss further with you privately. I'm just going to ask if anyone else would like to ask one more question. We have 1 minute left. If anyone would like to ask something quickly.
Katie, just a small question.
Yes.
Yeah. As I told you, we will be going with the old business plan that we had last year, since it was a very big success. That's what we felt. In that case, do we need to change do we need to change the name for the initiative, or we come up with the old name what we had, or we recreate another name?
Yeah. You absolutely do not need to change the name of your business. It's fine to keep it the same. You could if you wanted to, but if you've already got, brand identity, then you might not want to change it, but that's absolutely fine.
So that's fine, right? We can stick to the same one and continue it this year as well.
Yeah.
So our comic will be from there where we stopped.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
Fine.
Great.
Perfect. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Unless anyone has any burning questions, then I think it's 11 o'clock here in the UK now. Time to close for today. But thank you so much for joining me. It's great to be speaking to so many teachers from around the world. And as you can see, we have this incredible community of passionate and dedicated individuals. So thank you so much for joining me today. And I'll make sure to follow up with all the documents and resources that you've requested. And as always, if you have any questions, feel free to message me on WhatsApp or email us at info@, and I'll be happy to take your questions and help you out. But for the meantime, I hope you have a lovely day, and I'll speak to you again soon. Thank you. Bye.